Discuss what just happened on gold for CPI news. I did manage to take a few other trades. I took after the fact one, two, three. I took three buys, and that obviously would have been on the 1 minute time frame. This I saw the structure here suggesting buys. It does still kind of suggest buys if I'm being honest. But the structure did suggest buys, and I did manage to take some more buys as you could see here. I don't know if you could see that. All right, so I am up for the day. Right, I am up for the day. You could see that. But I'll actually just show you in a screenshot. I'll actually just show you in a screenshot. The screenshot from this. Okay, so actually no, it's definitely not suggesting buys as of right now. Okay, so this is the screenshot here. Let's enlarge that. Yeah, so this is basically where I'm ending the day. The fact that gold is suggesting buys and sells and buys and all of that is where I'll probably stop. I feel like it makes sense for me to do so. um I'm not going to try to force anything. And again, obviously, the method that I use does require heavy momentum in order for me to make my decisions. And that's why, if you realize, because gold has been buying, you're going to realize that I've been buying. I'm not going to be selling, right? If gold does start to suggest really heavy sells, I would sell. But before that, I probably won't. I am not going to try to force anything because, again, it just doesn't make sense, right? Um, what I will do as well is I want you to remember the way that we do this, right? It's never about guessing. It's always about probability. The reason why I could take trades like that and win almost every single one using this method in particular, which is really, really short term, is about probability. And that's what I'm taking into account. What is the probability that if I were to buy here, that it would win? What is the probability that if I were to sell here, that it would win? Because again, I'm not trying to stay in the trade for very, very long. The longer or the more you try to stay in a trade that's supposed to be a scalp where you're basing it on pure probability, the harder it is for you to win the trade, right? And you'll see that evident right here. All right. So you would see that it is now starting to suggest sell. But what is the probability that if I were to sell right there, that it would sell? There is some probability because it literally just bounced off of this zone, but it's not that very high of a probability and thus makes it very hard for me to trust it. As you can see here, it did somewhat sell off of that candle, literally, right? Again, this is literally with no analysis, pretty much. But what is the likelihood that it will continue to sell very aggressively from here on out? Not very high, and thus it's very hard for me to trust placing a sell. You understand? So I hope that this made sense to you. I do have a busy day today, so I am not most likely not going to be in the markets throughout the rest of the day. Using this method, I did hit my target, which is $500 for the day. I'm actually beyond my target, so it doesn't make sense to me to try to keep trading. And due to that, I am going to stop. I am going to go and focus on the other things that I have to do throughout the course of the day. Other than that, guys, see you guys very soon. Have a good one.